Rabbit, rabbit. Could there be any more important first day of the month than December? Is this the toughest month of the year for all of us? Maybe not all of us. I always have said that summer is even tougher, but yeah, rabbit, rabbit, December 1st. How are you going to spend your day? How are you going to spend your month? Look at, remember? Miss Joyce sent me this keto under 20. Yes, indeed. We love our keto food plan. And it's just it's like having somebody come home that you haven't seen for months since the pandemic began. It's like my best friend, keto under 20. It is such a tried and true success plan for any of us. No calorie counting, no weighing and measuring, just knowing the carb counts and keeping it under 20. There could be no easier way to get back on track and get a great track record going. So if you were to stop doing keto under 20 or keto under 40 or keto under 50 for a day or two to enjoy some holiday treats, it will be like little to no damage for you because we are human and there are things out there that are going to pull us in and we want to do it in a way that we can enjoy and not fall totally off the rails, the rails that are over the river, that black murky river that is going like 50 miles an hour and get carried out to the sea of the standard American diet. We don't want that. But we are human. And for some of us, keto under 20 is a great place to go back to. It's a great place. You can have your big ass salad like I do. You can have your steaks or your lamb chops or your pork chops with like a something something on the side, maybe no veggies whatsoever. Maybe something like your steak with some cottage cheese, with some hard boiled eggs, things like that that kept us, when we're really, really strict. And I just remember it was like a Jack LaLanne sort of diet. If you're my age, you remember Jack LaLanne in his ballet slippers and his little leggings with the foot thingies and doing exercises with chairs and things like that either our mothers or grandmothers, were following. I mean, he was great. And I remember, what did he swim the English Channel with something in his mouth, pulling like a boat or something? Anyway, a very strong man and a very endearing man. But those were back in the days when people, I remember that stores like Jordan Marsh would have lunches. They'd have a little cafeteria. So when you spent the day there shopping, you could go and have your cottage cheese and your hamburger patty and remain what we call today would be abstinent or faithful with your food plan. And it was a high protein diet. And we didn't call the things back then what we called them. It's just what we did, right? Or what some people did. And so keto under 20 is just so manageable. And I don't know if I'm going to go to keto under 20 totally now because I'm veg heavy, but definitely keto, strict, on track, and just knowing that it works, as long as, I can have my ghee, I can have my butter, I can have my avocado oil on my salads. What could be better? My Bragg's dressing, I can have that, even though there's some grams of sugar, which, I don't need, but it's a nice dressing mix to have if I'm not just putting the oil on it, right? I can have some almonds in it. I can have some chopped up bacon. I can have, like today, I'm having a big A salad. Yes, I am, with hard boiled egg, some chicken meat. I am going to have my craisins. I like my craisins, but I can have a smattering of nuts. Um, I can have the avocado oil, and it's rich, it's filling, and I'm a volume eater, so I have to satisfy a lot of things, my head and my tummy and my metabolism, what it wants to be able to have something that's filling, volume, satisfying, satiating, tells my head I'm happy. I can go to sleep. I can wake up the next day and go the whole next day before I have my OMAD with just my black coffee and my clear mineral water, or just plain, filtered regular water, still, as the, aficionados say. And so it's so it's just so doable. And hearing what everybody did for Thanksgiving, you made it through, you did what you planned on doing, and you're a success in my book, and I hope that you're a success in your book, because look what you did, right? So it's December 1st. If there was ever a time to do strict keto and hold on to what you have, this would be the time. I'm saying it as much to myself as I'm saying it to you. And keto under 20, it's just a really great place. If you can't do keto under 20, do keto like under 50 or 60. I know my boyfriend Mark Sisson, had a higher carb count for maintenance. And if you're at maintenance and you want to stay at maintenance, just being aware of the offerings that you will see this season. And if you're going to have a treat, it's planned. It's what did those two magicians, suddenly I can't think of his name. He's a vegan, so he's a little bit different than most of us here. But he planned his food treats. They were planned, they were appropriate. No surprises, no spontaneous things that could lead to a binge. The planned thing, like I'm going to my in-laws' house, and she always makes, provides, yada, yada, and I don't want to not have it this year. It's a planned event. For me, it would be something like a sweet potato, a Yukon potato, something like that that's, a treat, right? And so good luck to you doing the same, that what keeps you sane, because for me, it's food sanity, food abstinence, and food sobriety. It's like bringing that in your head to the party, right? You want to be aware and conscious of what you're eating. For me, little plates, no hors d'oeuvres, no appetizers, nothing. When I sit down and I have the meal, it's my feast. It's my OMAD. It's what I'm having. I am not, in the crowd with the circulating servers, taking, I want another one of those. And if I wanted something that was being served as an app, I would start a little plate that would go onto my plate as I sat down to have it. That I know about me. Standing and eating, mindless, doesn't count, doesn't compute as food. And then I get to the table and I'm already stuffed. I've already had enough, and I just keep going. Those are disasters for me personally. I don't want them. I watched, Thanksgiving just a week ago. I watched the people that ate standing up, had all the hors d'oeuvres, the cheeses, the crackers, even the sensible things like the carrot strips and celery strips and the carrots, the baby carrots dipped in the dressing. And they had all of those things, and it's like, those are disasters for me. That I learned. That kicks in my overeating. And so I've got so many issues of like food types and overeating and mindless eating and standing up eating. I have so many things going from my years of just being the carb addict, food addict, sugar addict. I have to bring all of that in my head, and I have to know when I go into the party, I've got my Gerolsteiner water in one hand. That's all I need. And I'm going to sit tight, help when I can. But I am not eating until I sit down to that meal. I just can't, Is it corny? Yes. Do I look like I'm like weird about food? Probably, But I don't want those cheese and crackers. I don't want those crudités with the dip. It's just, it doesn't register as food to me. It's like anxiety eating. I don't want that at the party, at the gathering, at the anything, I want to sit down and enjoy my OMAD. So if there's something you can't resist and it's going around, start a little plate. Bring it over to the table with you when you sit down. Oh, boo-hoo if it's cold or not as warm or hot as it would have been had you grabbed it while you were standing and talking with your free hand, right? You will be so proud of yourself. I'm telling you, clean, intermittent fasting for me with nothing but black coffee and mineral water. And then the feast of the OMAD, maybe you're too mad. Whatever your window is, defined, sitting down, sort of things like that are and have been what worked for me for all these years. Plus the keto under 20. You want to hop back on track after a rough day? Keto under 20. You won't go to bed hungry if that's part of the problem, right? You won't go to bed hungry. You get the fats, you get the proteins, you get 20 carbs to play with, go shopping with them. That is one of the healthiest places I've ever been. Totally plugged into how many carbs I can have. It worked for me. It got me to where I am today. And I know that. And, that's the place where I want to go to begin again, to just, bring the sanity and sobriety back into my life. It works for me. I hope it works for you. Have a great December. Think it out, think it through. Where do you get like mucked up, right? Know it and understand how you are going into it so you don't catch yourself, unaware, unprepared, uncared for. You want to take care of yourself because you know how one bite can turn into you lose a month and you don't want that to happen. So I'm glad you're here. You helped me so much. I hope this has been good for you. Rabbit, rabbit. I'll see you here the next time. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye for now.